this is what we're seeing, a very strong wind. The rain is coming down even heavier and debris is falling all over the place, guys. Take a look here. This is just an example of how strong this wind is. This is a piece of debris from the Family Dollar next door. Trees split in half and falling on top of homes here. You can see that this tree actually fell into this family's living room. This is what Hurricane Michael has left behind. This is the crosswalk where that accident happened, involving a moving vehicle and two students who attend East Hill Academy, a school for special needs and autistic children. Now back on this side of the roadway, you can see some of this debris that was left behind: a teddy bear, shoes, a school notebook, and even parts to the vehicle that hit the two students. His car ran off of Palafox Street into this ditch, killing two of his passengers inside. Now just feet away from the road, you can see a memorial has been put up to remember the two victims. We talked to family members who say they were both cousins. As many as 1,000 cracks were found in just one concrete segment of the Pensacola Bay Bridge project. Take a look here behind me, but DOT officials tell us it shouldn't delay construction here. Researchers say the minute you connect your phone to your car, your personal information can be in the hands of hackers in seconds if they have the tools or software. This billboard right here behind me, it has caught the eye of many people and many drivers passing by, and the message on it is starting a lot of conversation. The FDA and DEA wants to ban kratom for good. People who use it say kratom helped them get off pain pills and over-the-counter medicine. They say if it's taken off the shelves, this could mean trouble for stores who sell it and for customers who use it to kill pain. Pensacola High School football coach Mike Mincy is on paid administrative leave, and 3 varsity football players are suspended from school after players were videotaped allegedly beating a teammate in a locker room. This is the Be Safe taxi. If you drink responsibly, you can take a ride in it for just $24. But if you're arrested in Santa Rosa County, it could cost you up to $10,000. So choose your ride carefully. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jamarlo Phillips. People are continuing to sort through the rubble left by Hurricane Michael. Many are still unaccounted for in Mexico Beach. Florida's Army National Guard is helping in the aftermath of Hurricane Michael in Bay County. Reporter Mike Manoli has a story of a young captain trying to keep his men focused on the mission while emotions run high. Troopers say a driver racked up 11 hit and runs on Highway 98. This happened Saturday evening near Edgewood Drive in Navarre. Popular choice for tonight,
yes, right? It is. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, good stuff. And I tasted it for myself, guys, and it is absolutely delicious. Now, take a look behind me here. This crowd has grown by the dozens over the last hour since we've been out here. And if you take a look behind me here, you can see that this area here, a lot of people are starting to sit down and eat and enjoy each other. Some people say they came out here just for the seafood, and others say they came out here to enjoy each other and get their start to the weekend. This is one group here. How you doing, guys?
Hey, it's great.
We have a 10-year-old who is either faking it or is not breathing right now.
A 9-year-old girl is dead after her 325-pound cousin allegedly sat on her as punishment. Escambia County Sheriff deputies were called to this home on Bryant Road to find the child, Derica Lindsay, unresponsive. She was transported to a local hospital where she later died. According to reports, 64-year-old Veronica Posey was called to the home by the child's adoptive parents to discipline her for being out of control. Neighbors say by all appearances, Grace and James Smith were loving parents who took good care of their 2 daughters.
Nobody would have ever imagined this child to die in that house.
Neither one of them deserved that, and I feel very sad for the other one since she has to live on without her sister because they were very close.
But would rarely see Veronica Posey at the home.
I remember when they moved in, it was joyous because they were beautiful baby girls. They were just so tiny.
But I never thought that it would be something as extent to them being killed.
She reportedly struck the child with a ruler and metal pipe before the child ran to a chair. Reports also reveal Posey then sat on the child for several minutes until she couldn't breathe. State Attorney Bill Eden says the number of child death cases are on the rise.
Presently in the First Circuit, aside from this case, we have 7 young children whose death has been caused at the hands of another. 8 defendants are facing charges, and that's before you add the 3 defendants in this case.
The adoptive parents of Dereka, Grace Smith and James Smith, were also arrested and charged with child neglect for failing to report the abuse. Posey is in the Escambia County Jail on a $125,000 bond.
No KKK! No Fascist USA!
On Saturday morning, about 300 protesters and counter-protesters shared their opinions in Lee Square for more than 4 hours.
No KKK!
The rally remained mostly peaceful, but at moments, tempers flared.
Show me what democracy looks like!
People shouted,
Freedom! Right here, freedom!
On one side are groups of men and women holding posters with Confederate flags,
Bring back force back!
while others stood across the street wanting the statue to come down.
Wait a minute, that was put here lawfully. Let it be removed lawfully.
The educated is the minority.
Jermaine Williams wants the statue down, but he says the two sides can disagree peacefully.
I think yelling across the street at each other is not going to do anything. We got to come over here, shake hands, and let you know I'm a human being, you're a human being. Let's talk.
Let them scream. Who's monument?
Thomas Olson, rally organizer, says the rally isn't about race, but about the future of this Confederate statue.
We are sure as hell going to fight to the end to make sure it stays up.
What does that mean?
We'll take it to the city council, we'll take it to the mayor, and we will even take it to attorneys if we have to.
Meanwhile, Mike Potters, a Pensacola resident, says the statue is a reminder of a lesson learned and understands both sides.
I think we white people, most of us, certainly I, were naive to just how racist our country was still, how easily split until this last election. I think black people knew it all along, and we white people are have recently found that out.
The FDA and DEA wants to ban kratom for good. People who use it say kratom helped them get off pain pills and over-the-counter medicine. They say if it's taken off the shelves, this could mean trouble for stores who sell it and for customers who use it to kill pain. Kratom is powerful. It comes in small capsules or in a powdery substance. It's not just easy to get.
3 white capsules, okay.
But it also doesn't show up on a routine drug screen.
All right. It'd be $22.89, bro.
A high from kratom can last anywhere from 5 to 6 hours, depending on how much you take. Ned Abdel owns Sweet Puff Smoke Shop and Vapes in Escambia County.
9 to 7, Monday through Saturday.
He says it comes in different strains.
I used to wholesale also the kratom to the stores.
Right now, kratom is banned in several states, including Alabama. The Federal Drug Administration compares it to an opioid-like substance. They are pushing for a nationwide ban. Addiction professionals like Dustin Perry says more research is needed for doctors to determine if the herbal supplement is safe.
If it was that good, then Publix would carry it, Winn-Dixie would carry it, Walmart certainly would.
But Abdel says it works. He says kratom sales make up 30% of his business. Elizabeth Carson is one of them.
For the first 2 years, I lived on pain medicine almost exclusively.
Carson says she used pain pills for over 8 years after having neck surgery, until she started using kratom. Carson searched for a pain alternative. She tells us she is surprised how well kratom worked for her.
Although I do get a slight feeling of euphoria, it is very slight. I'm still able to drive. I'm still able to function. I do all my household jobs.
Ryan McGrath says he takes it to get off street drugs.
Like a gram or 2 is a good dose to start off on.
The 21-year-old says he was born with a connective tissue disorder and has used kratom for 2 years.
I could be wrong, but from my experience, I've had no problems with it, no health issues from using it.
The American Kratom Association says 3 to 5 million people use kratom across the U.S. Last month, the FDA recalled some kratom products after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported a salmonella outbreak that sickened 132 people in 38 states, including Florida.
I think the danger is that we don't really know what it does. Have a conversation with the doctor, which is hard. It's a change from what we've been doing for a long time.
Businesses that sell kratom say the move will hurt them and people who use the herb to battle chronic pain.
It will hurt me when I get pain. I won't have any for myself, And yeah, it does hurt everybody. Yes, everybody going to be affected by it.
The federal ban would make kratom a Schedule 1 controlled substance, meaning it would be illegal across the board.
Charlie. Yeah, baby. I hear Angel. He's kitty. Is that Angel? Yeah.
Heartwarming footage is capturing the emotional reunion between a 2-year-old cat named Angel and her blind 4-year-old best friend Charlie.
Aww.
But this story started several months ago. Angel escaped from their home in September. Charlie's mother, Heather Howell, went to Facebook to try and find the cat. She was devastated because Charlie has known the cat since she was a baby. They played in the house together and Angel let her hug and cuddle with her as she grew older.
We went to the shelter a couple different times and looked, and called them a couple of other different times and then looked on the pet harbor. I probably looked on that thing once a night.
Heather's Facebook post garnered more than 500 shares. The family looked everywhere for the cat, but later ended up spotting Angel on Facebook in the arms of another family.
I was a wreck. I just couldn't believe it.
Heather then asked for help to get in touch with them, and that's how their lives intersected with Vanessa Hilliard. Her family recently adopted the cat from a shelter as a Christmas gift to her daughter. But after seeing Heather's post on Facebook, it was no question to return Angel back to her original owner.
I believe anyone that was in our predicament or position would have done the same thing.
Now, one special girl has her best friend back by her side.
There's still so many awesome people in the world.
That was the most calm she was since she's been with us when she heard her voice.
Reporting for Channel 3 News, I'm Jamarlo Phillips.